Hello everyone, I'm Captain the Warlord, and welcome back to another Rome 2 online siege battle. We haven't done one of these in quite a long time, so it is a little good. It's good to be back a little bit. Definitely, I still do like this game a lot. It's just sometimes you have to take a little bit of a break because I did play it and I recorded a video out almost every single day, so it was a little bit on the mentally wearing side. But yeah, I'll probably be releasing one or two Rome 2 siege battles a week along with my medieval campaign, and I'll find something else to fill the gap as well. I don't know exactly yet, but if you have any suggestions, let me know down in the comments. But yeah, we are getting into, I think, a little bit of a scenario here. We have three barbarians attacking against two Roman players, so this is going to be very interesting. Yes, it is a 2v3, and the players are, I don't know exactly which factions. I know the Romans is sent in by Bartleson, so thank you for that. And we have the other Rome commanded by Mr. Bibble. Then over at Arverni, I think his legacy. Actually, he might be Nervii. And then we have Cortamilli and Flopo as well playing this battle. So yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Here we're having some artillery war going after each other. We have a giant ballista here firing at the Roman wall already, but the Roman wall already has taken out a piece of this artillery already and is actually shooting for these guys under this like, I don't know what's that called, heavy galley. Yeah, they're actually shooting at the guys under the heavy galley, because if they do manage to get a shot in there, and as you can see, they did get one, and it was absolutely devastating because they're so bunched up. And this Oathsworn is already down almost 30 men. This is going to be an absolutely crucial unit for the attackers, so that is a huge loss right at the start there. But the defenders are still really outnumbered, so it might not make too much of a deal. Getting into the army comps a little bit here, we have some Hastati, of course, for the Roman front line. Very solid light infantry will do the trick. Very cheap as well. Over here, I think we have two more units of Hastati hidden in these woods, possibly going to be sprung later in the game once the attackers are invested into the second layer. We also have some of these I think one unit of auxiliary Balearic slingers, and then two units of the Syrian. No, two. I think two of each. Two Balearic slingers and two Syrian archers. This one has three Syrian archers, and I think one Balearic slinger. A lot more Hastati in the front lines. Was this pre-Marius? Let me see. Hastati. No, there's legionaries in here. Okay, yeah, legionary cohort as well. Very, very solid infantry. Evocati cohort back here in reserve, along with a unit of Eagle cohort for the extra morale bonus. A lot of Evocati cohort in reserve as well. That's going to be a really nasty unit for the attackers to have to deal with. A lot more Hastati. Where did I feel like this Roman player, he might have went for more numbers because he only has three elite troops in the back. His front, oh no, he does have a unit of Eagle cohort, excuse me. He has a unit of them up here to inspire his Hastati, so they do cost a good bit. And then he brought the Legatus, so he brought a cheaper general, I believe, that they are cheaper. Going to the barbarians, we can kind of expect the same general things. Just a ton of Celtic warriors, some Oathsworn going to be mixed in there as well. I think yeah, Nervii and Arverni can both bring 4 units of Gallic Hunters, so I assume they have that. Bowie probably has the 4 units of Celtic Bowmen. Over here, some more Celtic Warriors, Fierce Swords, a very interesting unit. If used properly, they can do a lot of damage. Basically, just like a buffed up Naked Swords. Very, very good unit. 3 units of Oathsworn in the back here. Yeah, like I said, that is going to be an absolutely crucial unit for the attackers. Very, very good unit. Then last we have more Celtic Warriors and some more Sword Followers pushing up these siege towers. I would imagine some Oathsworn Sword Followers and Bowmen, maybe some Slingers back here, but I would imagine on attack they brought all Slingers. And I think the defenders, they were just bluffing a little bit. I do not think that they intend on holding this outer area. Although it could be alright. Like, they have this brimstone pit if they need to fall back and buy some time, but you can have these slingers up here supporting your guys, and against these lightly armored barbarians, that will absolutely rip through them, even though slingers will tend to do better against heavily armored units. That's where they kind of specialize, but lightly armored units will fall just as quickly. So these Celtic warriors are going to be in for a nightmare, really, going up against this. I think I actually might need to make a cut here already as it is, because the battle definitely will not kick off for a little bit as the attackers are just moving into the settlement. So yeah, I'll see you guys once the battle, once the fighting gets going. Alright guys, welcome back. The fighting is just about to begin here as the Hastati absolutely unload their javelins into these Celtic warriors. Then they just absolutely clash in the street. Really, really nice there. Nice work from the Roman player using their javelins before they get into these Celtic warriors. Fighting's even for now, but I would imagine the Celtic warriors... I imagine the Celtic warriors will win over time, but I guess that's just something that only time will tell. We do have some supporting Roman archers from this hill position. Really nice spot here. Kind of shooting over the top into these Celtic warriors. Killing a couple of them, but nothing too severe. But these Hastati have lit off these brimstone pits. I think they were intending to fall back, but it is starting to kill a little bit of his own guys. And it's no real concern because it is only Hastati, but still, every man's going to count in a scenario like this. But these Celtic warriors are losing the fight, or winning combat currently. But numerically, they're definitely losing the fight. So I don't know if it's because of these brimstone pits, or did they have supporting fire coming down from these slingers? No, not that I see. So I guess they're just winning in a straight up brawl, but that will not be happening for too long, as there are some Celtic warriors lining up over here to get some jabby volleys into the side of this Hastati. So really nice work there with the Celtic warriors supporting his unit in combat. And that's going to even the combat out a lot better, as both sides are starting to lose a lot of men. And this Hastati, though, is losing a lot quicker than this Celtic warrior. So yeah, like I said, really nice job there from those Celts. And now they're going to charge in after they used up their javelins and probably clean up the rest of this Hastati. And now he's actually going to bring this unit of Celtic warriors around and go into the side of this Hastati and getting a jabby volley off before charging in, and that's absolutely nasty. They're going to be able to clean up this Hastati, but there is some supporting fire coming from these Balearics, and a unit of Hastati charging the rear of the Celtic warriors that charge the rear of the Roman. So the flank of the flank of the flank, but the flank is about to be exposed as another unit of Celtic warriors charges into the flank of Hastati that outflank the Celtic warriors. So, oh my gosh, there's so many flanks going on. Now there's another flank going on over here, and this Hastati is still holding. Down to 36 men. How many kills? 73, so nothing too great, but they brought down a lot of these Celtic warriors. These were the ones that were supporting with the javelin fire. So yeah, really good job from this Hastati, and I think they're starting to clean up this area. This unit of Hastati has broken. There are two units of Celtic warriors wavering. One's about to rout, the other one recovered. Is that one gonna break? It might just stay alive because it's not in too much. No, it broke. I thought because it wasn't in too heavy a combat, it might stay alive. There's some Celts back here. I think they're trying to avoid. No, they're just going to charge right in and get into the back of this Hastati, at least a jabby volley. And then they use this unit of Celtic warriors to light off these fireballs. So really good play there. And it's actually going to roll back at the. Oh no, it's not. That's really cool, actually. These brimstone pits, I know a lot of defenses do that. That was unlucky. It went right around all the brimstone pits and right into the Hastati. But yeah, the brimstone pits actually block the shots, the fireballs, if they run into it, and they actually light the brimstone pits on fire. So that is really cool. Now we have another clash of infantry here. Both sides committing a lot to this fight and losing a lot. Defenders definitely losing a couple of Hastati, but nothing too severe. Are they throwing down any support from these Balearics? Does not look like it. That's probably wisely chosen because they can't really get a good shot into these Celtic warriors, who have a chevron. Got 61 kills. These Hastati have 101 kills and they don't have a chevron, so I don't know what that's about. But we have two units here fighting at the brimstone pits. That is a really cool scene. Going neck to neck. Hastati probably will lose that because they are much more depleted from the fireballs and just taking jabby volleys to the back. And that fireball, that really did mess up the Hastati there. That is not good. It looks like it did maybe kill some Celts, but nothing too severe. But yeah, in the end, that wasn't anything too bad. I believe they probably... No, they have one more set of fireballs on this side, so not on this side. How about over here? Yeah, they do have some over here, and they have lots of deployables ready to face any sort of assault coming from the barbarians on this side. They are getting some shots into this Celtic warrior unit. I'm not entirely sure if he should be using his ammo on that, because if you think about it, they are out skirmished. I think, wait, they have artillery. I didn't even see that, but I think they all brought 4 archers. So that means that the defenders are out skirmished. I think it's 2 to 1. That does not sound right. Wait, yeah, 1 archer to 2 archers. So it's going to be really tough for the defenders to really overcome that deficit. But they do have superior ranged units, so that I guess will help them in the long run. Some jabbies getting thrown down into these Celtic warriors. Hastati are going to be able to clean these guys up in melee. They probably don't even need to be thrown in those javelin supports from the Hastati up here. And these Hastati are holding out against these Celtic warriors. Now it's an even fight, and the Hastati probably will end up taking that one. So just shows how resilient Hastati are for the price. 157 kills. Yeah, that's definitely worth it. I think that's all against Celtic warriors. I didn't see anything like Levy Freeman in here. And oh, that unit Hastati ate a javelin volley from his chosen swords. Hastati will start to struggle against a unit like chosen swordsmen, so they're gonna probably want to pull up some of their more elite infantry if they want to hold this area, which I don't know, it might not be worth it. But there is a really nice hill position here, and they can kind of choke point the enemy at this little choke point here, and then they can get some archers and fire into the flanks of them. That could be a really good idea, but if they do that, they need to act quickly, unless he's just standing away from the brimstone pits and is planning on actually using them. Is that Balearics or archers? Archers. Balearics would probably be better in that situation because it's chosen swords. You might want to put your archers on heavy shot if you want them to kill those chosen swords quickly. Yeah, I mean, it's killing a good bit. Dropped 7 or 8 there, so not too bad at all. I thought it would have been a little bit worse. I mean, a little bit better for the chosen swords. And some more chosen swordsmen moving close in support. These Celtic warriors, I would imagine here, are going to take a pretty nasty jabby volley from these, both of these Hastati units. And they didn't take any. Okay, I guess this Hastati is focused on firing at that chosen swords, which is kind of frustrating for the Roman player, but it is what it is. But now it's going to be shot at by some Balearic slingers and some archers up here. It will not last too long. But this unit of Celtic warriors is going to charge into the flank of his Hastati unit, so it probably will clean this up. But if they can kill this Celtic warrior in quick enough time, they can probably get into the back of this Celtic warrior and maybe break it, but I doubt it. This Hastati unit over here is breaking very quickly. I think that should just be kind of a retreat over here if you're not going to send up any more infantry. You don't want to waste any more, but I mean, they do have some more Hastati moving up. So I think what he's planning on doing, yeah, he's just going to charge into the flank of this Celtic warrior, and now this Celtic warrior over here is breaking, so they kind of are regaining control over at this spot. Very minor victories, but I mean, a victory is a victory at this point. You could probably want to do in this situation, if you have one of your units with javelins, keep one in combat and move the other one out and have them throw their javies at the chosen swords, then switch them out or something like that. That would probably be the best way to go about that. And the barbarians are doing a massive push in the middle. Look at this. They have, I think, 3 units of Celtic warriors pushing up with more in reserve. Just tons of Celtic warriors. If you look back here, more Celts. They have more Celts over here. They haven't even started to commit their elite infantry. And I did somehow manage to miss. No, they're over here. I did somehow manage to miss this. This is a Saki Extraordinary. It has wait, what? Wait a second. It has 202 kills. Ooh, I have to look for this. Where could it have gotten those kills? Yeah, wait, is that dead bodies here? Yeah, there's dead horses. I'm not entirely sure where those kills came from. I imagine they killed some archers or something. Who was lacking in the archer department? We won't be able to see Nervy Eyes or our Verney's archers. I mean, Bowie Eye still has his. I don't know. He definitely got a lot of kills on something though. So maybe we can check that at the end of the battle. If one of the side has just archers but barely got any kills, then we can assume they died to the Saki Extraordinary. So a really good cav play there. I kind of sucks I missed it. I just had no idea they even had cav. So that's something I did miss in the army comps. But this is a really, really good play here. they're using their javelins to max efficiency. They're kind of forming a kill box and letting guys like this throw in their javelins, but it looks like these guys are out. So you might as well just charge them into the flank to try to break these guys as quick as possible. And that looks like what he's doing. So yeah, really good job there. And they're gonna hold this middle for a very long time. Yeah, the attackers did the right thing here. They used, I would expect, is they put up a unit of infantry right here and used it to throw fire torches at this tower and actually destroy it. So really good job knowing what you're doing as an attacker. So that's a really good play. Not a lot of players know you can do that. But yeah, any unit of infantry has the option. They have to be close enough, but they have the option to burn down a arrow tower on barbarian settlements with flaming torches. Not on Greek settlements though, because those are made out of stone. And this is just a brawl right here. Absolute brawl with Hastati, chosen swords. I think some Celtic, no Celtic warriors mixed in here. But the Roman archers are putting down some really nice fire support. I think the Romans are going to hold this flank over here because they have some, what's this, legionary cohort support, and they're breaking a unit of chosen swordsmen. So yeah, this is looking really good for the defenders on this flank. I doubt the attackers can come back and push over here unless they get some. Okay, this is what they need, some archer fire to counter the archers up on this hill. They need to push them off and then push in over here, because right now archers can't just get really good shots. And over here, attackers using their ballista already, getting some really nice shots into the Hastati. Honestly, the attackers could make another breach point, but I think they figured they already are outnumbered as it is, so might as well just charge into that one breach point. And this is something you don't see a whole lot. The defenders are using loose spacing, I think is what it's called in this game, which isn't used a whole lot. A lot of players don't know about this. In Medieval 2 or something, this would have been a very common tactic, but in Rome 2, you rarely ever see players go into loose spacing. It's just to spread out your men to reduce the damage that like an artillery or archer fire could do. So yeah, really good job there, and just knowing what you're doing. These are obviously some pretty experienced players fighting in this battle, but that's unfortunate. Of all of the shots they could have hit, they hit exactly at the Hastati. I would have thought they would have gotten some friendly fire, but they did not. And getting a hit on these Syrian archers, which are getting a little bit too close to combat, and he is going to pull them out. Getting another, no, he actually just killed two of his own Celtic warriors, so probably should stop firing with his artillery. And this is what I call a kill box. Look at that. It's like literally, like, I mean, it's more of a rectangle, honestly, but without one of its sides, but still, maybe even a trapezoid. Could even maybe count for, no, not a trapezoid, not at all actually. Need to be like a little bit of point right there, but yeah, forming geometric shapes with soldiers, and I don't think that's intentional, but a little bit of a push through there with the Celtic warriors. They're gonna die even quicker though, so it's not even worth it. I don't think that was intentional though. He might have had an attack order, and that unit just kind of followed through and pushed through one of the units. So yeah, I don't think that's intentional, and it's breaking, so not a big deal. And we have some archers lining up over here, and some Balearic slingers are able to arc over there, so that's really nice for the defenders. Balearic slingers will absolutely rip into chosen swordsmen, and chosen swords are looking very depleted. They're down to 3 units. I do think they just broke a unit of Hastati, so they are making some progress, but over here, yeah, 50, 49, losing men very quickly, and pretty soon they're only going to be fighting on this front. But a unit of Hastati over here is breaking. What's this? Oh, some of the attackers, archers, was absolutely mowed down from the defenders. I think what Arverni's trying to do here is getting all his 4 archers to focus down one unit of the defending archers and just basically just absolutely murder them in one volley, but does not look like he's going to be able to successfully do that because the defenders are indeed falling back. And oh my gosh, they cleaned up this area that quickly. This just goes to show how good the Romans are. But I mean, that's kind of bad. You might want to get your legatus out of there. And I do think at this point, I do think he's manual firing into this wall, and he is trying to make more breach points here. So definitely a really good move. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's the best move to do at this point, because obviously pushing into this one choke point has not worked out particularly well for the barbarians. But both sides have lost a lot here. You can see defenders, they're running out really low on men. Well, I say really low. They have 3 units of Evocati in reserve here. 2 units of Evocati, a unit of Eagle cohort, some Legionary cohort being committed over here. So yeah, they actually have a lot of men left, but still running kind of low from what they started out with, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He needs to get this unit of Legionary cohort running over here because there is a unit of Chosen Swordsmen flanking around him, breaking a unit of Hastati, and these Legionary cohort at 76 are going to go down. He should fall back. He should not be committing more troops to this over here. He's kind of losing control of it, and it's not really going in his favor. And they're starting to pull up with Oathsworn. Oathsworn just be able to absolutely rip through units like Legionary cohort. Getting a nice jabby volley off into those guys, and it did actually manage to save this unit. So he did kind of do it in time, but I would imagine his Chosen Swords will soon enough break through this unit of Legionary cohort. I really think he should be falling back from here, but he is going to continue to send more support to there. So, I mean, fair enough. This is quite a good position, but I don't know if it's that good. And yeah, there's a little gap in his line here. He's going to be able to flank around this unit of Legionary cohort. It's only a unit of depleted Celtic warriors, so it won't do a ton, but it will do a little bit of damage. Yeah, you can see bringing the numbers down pretty rapidly, actually killing probably 10 or 15 on that charge just from the rear. Over here, continuing to send support into the middle, but this Hastati, they probably ridiculous kills. 178, 110, 117. And oh, okay, there is a unit of Bowie Celtic warriors kind of breaking through here, but the Roman player has lots of support. And yeah, what he's gonna do probably with his general is get him around here. No, he's not. I thought he may would have brought it around and charged into the flank of this Celtic warrior, but he's actually going to peel off a unit of Hastati and encircle this Celtic warrior, which is already losing very badly to this Eagle cohort, which is here to give extra morale bonus to the defenders, I would imagine. Eagle cohort, they're not as great in melee for what you would expect their prices, but they give off an aura which allows, I don't know if it increases stats, but it increases morale. I do know that. So yeah, it's a very useful aura. It's basically like the General's aura, and those two together will basically create an unbreakable Roman army. They are getting some... No, I thought they were getting some friendly fire there. But he is starting to bring up the big dogs here. He has 2 units of Evocati cohort mixed in with some Hastati protecting this area. So they mean business here. But they still have a lot of sword followers. I think he didn't even bring any units of the Oathsworn. I don't think Bowie did. Maybe for his general, but I can't even see his general. I'd assume he's hidden right now. And he still has these 2 units of Hastati over here. So yeah, he's doing really good on numbers. He has a lot of men left. The other Roman player, on the other hand, is starting to lose men a lot more quickly, I should say. And yeah, he's just an absolute mosh pit over here, continuing to send units into there. But you'd imagine Arverni's going to run out of steam here pretty soon, because they have lost a lot in this choke point. They lost a lot of archers. Actually, no, they still have all 4 of their archers, but I mean, fairly depleted. 104, 39, 114, and 90. And then I'm pretty sure the Nervii player lost some of his archers to the cap. No, he still has 3 units of archers. I don't know. I think he lost a unit of archers here. I'm not entirely sure. But I did see this, though. The unit of Saki Extraordinary did manage to get into that artillery and clean it up. But I think that already was out of ammo. And I know for a fact it was out of range. But, I mean, if you can get the Saki Extraordinary to charge into the back of these light horse, he's going to absolutely obliterate both of these units. 241, let's see here. Is he going to be able to do it without the other player noticing it? I think he's going to get it off. So we're going to have a really nice cab charge into the back. No, it's not the back. The light horse is prepared, but they aren't charging. And this is going to be absolutely nasty. Managed to get a jabby volley off, which is kind of nice. But this unit of light horse down to 5450. Yeah, absolutely getting destroyed. And did I say general dead? I thought I said general dead there, which was kind of concerning. But yeah, absolutely destroying this light horse. Both of them losing a lot of numbers very quickly. This Saki Extraordinary honestly might die because it has tower support and there's 2 units of cav. And these guys have jabbies, and it did quite a lot of damage to the Saki Extraordinary as they charged. But yeah, definitely a really deadly charge there. I think, nope, Roman player, the Arverni player doesn't notice. So he can continue just to get some cycle charges off into his guys. And if he can bring them down, then I'd definitely say he got his money worth. He killed a ton of units with that 1 unit of Saki Extraordinary. Romans are starting to lose a lot of skirmishers up on this hill, but they're also killing off a ton. You can see a routing unit of Arverni archers running off, and they're just getting crossfired. This is definitely not the certain type of situation you'd want a lightly armored archer unit like Gallic hunters to engage into. Maybe if you had like some Marian heavy archers, you could push these Roman archers off. That'd be really tough. This is definitely not the way to go about it. Romans they out skirmish you and have a lot more armor. You probably want to wait a little bit or get a lot more skirmishers piled up over here to push these archers off the hill. But I think we have some fierce swords being brought up. Oh, but this is absolutely nasty. He brought up a unit of Syrian heavy archers. Nope, not Syrian heavy, auxiliary Syrian archers. And I don't know if he has heavy shot on, but he doesn't need it. He is absolutely obliterating. I think it took 2 or 3 volleys and this unit of fierce sword is gone. That just shows how lightly armored those guys are and how good these guys are. How many kills they have? 257. That is ridiculous. Really good job there. And this unit of Astadi is just pinning these guys down. If he really wanted to, he can just shoot into these Celtic warriors. But I think he's saving his ammo at this point for the elites and maybe this artillery to try to burn it. But I mean, 4 units of Oathsworn, that's ridiculous. And then a ton of these sword followers pushing up. Some Celtic bowmen getting pushed back. Yeah, they're not going to win against Balearic slingers at all. Balearic slingers will easily clean up those guys. He is pushing up his artillery. I think what's going on here is he feels like the Balearic slingers can't really kill it because the artillery pieces will block most of the shots. And for the most part, that's true. But, I mean, he has ammo with this archer unit and ammo with this archer unit. And if he really wanted to, he can just exchange these guys, put fire ammo on, and just have these archer units destroy this unit of artillery. And I doubt this artillery used up all of its ammo. And I think it's exactly what he's doing. And yep, I saw an attack order coming in on this artillery. Let's see here. He's just gonna burn it. I think this was just an overconfident move, maybe thinking that the defending archers were running low on ammo. But yeah, definitely want to get your guys out of there. And I mean, the brimstone pit won't catch them on fire. That's kind of amazing that these guys are still going though. I mean, I don't know how long that's been active for, but it's been going for a very long time. Or maybe the archers just lit it up again, I don't really know. And down goes 1 piece of artillery already. And I think he's going to try to get it out of there, or maybe try to get it to hug the wall. But the archers are actually falling back because I think he does see that there is a bit of a gap right there, and his archers could have been trapped there and killed off. But these units of Evocati cohort are smashing into the side of this unit of Celtic warriors. Actually, 2 units of Celtic warriors. And oh my gosh, yeah, they're dying very quickly. This is not going to be good for the barbarian player. And some more flaming shots going off onto these artillery pieces. Surprisingly not burning any more of them. That was a really nice volley. I would imagine they would have gotten at least 1 of them. But he's going to have a couple more volleys, I'd imagine, coming in from these guys. Still have ammo, though. They have their bows out. I don't know why they wouldn't be firing. Not entirely sure. But yeah, a unit of Celtic warriors already broken, and this has just been an absolute death trap for the defenders. And they continue just to pour men into here, for the attackers, and the attackers just have to continue pouring men into there because otherwise they have no chance of breaking through. If they don't get a push going somewhere, then they won't be able to push through. But I think the biggest mistake that the attackers made is pushing up in waves. They kind of did push up their men in a sort of wave fashion. And that's not really how you want to go about it. You want to get a good solid push going with support of skirmishers. And let's see here. These archers still do have ammo. What's he going to fire at? He's going to send him up here. And I think, yeah, he's just going to fire at these Gallic hunters, which are currently putting down some pain onto these Syrian archers, but not enough. These Balearic slingers, if they get a volley off, they'll probably drop like 10 or 15 out of these guys. Got like a slight volley off and killed 3 or 4 of them, so nothing too bad there. That could have been a lot worse if the Nervii player didn't see that right away. He could have lost a lot of men. And look at this here. So some Balearic slingers lining up on this hill and getting some really nasty rear shots into these sword followers. And no, these guys are just breaking because they're outmatched infantry-wise. Sword followers will start to do a lot of damage to these Evocati, so that's something to have to look out for. But yeah, this is really nasty. These Balearics are going to be getting so many kills. Yeah, 231. He is getting ridiculous amount of kills with the skirmisher. You want to see it go up here. Actually not getting too many kills that volley. Almost reaching 240 now. I would imagine they would get a little bit more. And does this artillery have ammo? If it does, wait, there's some burning men over here as they're retreating. But I mean, if his artillery does have ammo, he might be able to get an absolutely nasty shot into this Evocati cohort, just ripping down through the rank of it. That would be really, really bad for the defenders. But this unit of sword follower did retreat out of there. That's probably for the best, but now these guys have, they can just be surrounded. And I mean, I guess they'd probably just send up more sword followers to surround the surrounding force of the defenders. They do have some Celtic bowmen moved up here, but honestly, if the defenders wanted to, they could just have a unit of Balearics put like 2 volleys into these guys, and it would just kill them right away. But that's not really much to worry about. It's just Celtic bowmen firing into a really heavily armored unit. And over here, somehow the defenders managed to clean this up and win. But I don't think they're going to be winning for much longer, as the Nervii player is moving up 4 units of Oathsworn. I don't think, I mean, he still does have quite a bit left. I don't think 2 units of Astati, depleted Balearic Slingers, 2 units of, 2 units of Evocati cohort and 1 unit of Eagle cohort is enough to beat back 4 units of Oathsworn. If so, he needs to act quickly and like surround these guys. No way you're beating them straight up in a brawl. Popping headhunt. I imagine he's going to probably try to use his general ability as well, like second wind and all, to try to kill this unit as quickly as possible. And he is moving up this guy, and he does have ammo on these Balearics, and he's going to start getting some kills into the side of his Oathsworn. So every last unit model he can kill in this Oathsworn is going to be really, really good. But this could come down to the wire. I mean, the attackers have a lot of archers left over here. They have some sword followers left in reserve, but nothing too big. And oh my gosh, the Roman general is getting into these Gallic hunters, and there's nothing that the Nervii player can do about it. So that's a full unit basically of Gallic hunters gone, at least very much depleted. He's gonna hit them and get right out of there, and probably just wait out here to he's probably just gonna wait out here and put pressure on the attackers, and just to make sure they don't feel comfortable. And they still have at least 2 units of Astati out here. I totally forgot about them. He could just once the attackers get their final push going, he could just encircle them with his Astati. Then these guys can move over and support against this Oathsworn. And I think with all they have over here, they could probably beat off 4 units of Oathsworn pretty steadily. Wait, was there a unit of archers? Yeah, there's a unit of archers firing. It's not these guys. I did see some. Oh no, it might be tower fire. I think that's what it is. No, there is archers here that are hidden, that are firing into these guys with flaming shot. I don't know why they're using flaming shot, but they are. I'm probably trying to break this unit of Evocati. But I mean, this Oathsworn unit is taking a lot of casualties as well. I think all these guys have to do is hold. If they can hold for enough time, then they can spring their little trap over here and then just destroy what's left of the Boii force. I think Arverni is basically out of it, besides this 1 unit of Gallic hunters. And yeah, he needs to, I think he needs to get this unit of Astati back into the settlement and bring him over here, because then he'd have to push through. I don't even know how he'd get these guys back up into the walls. Maybe he can move up the siege towers, but I don't know if that's a feature. And yeah, it looks like this artillery is destroyed, but just look at this death and carnage here. That is insane. Absolute carnage. I don't know if I've ever seen it that bad, because once you like move like 10 feet away, it's like, oh, there's nothing here. But then you move 10 feet forward, and it's just, that kind of reminds me of the Battle of Bastards from Game of Thrones. But of course in Rome 2, you don't have bodies actually stack up. But if you don't know what Battle of Bastards is, look it up. It's basically where there were so many dead people that they started basically building mountains of dead people and had to climb over it just to fight each other. Which I never really thought about, battle, like war being like that, but that could very well actually happen, I guess, in some situations. And I'm sure that has happened in real life before, which if you think about it is really kind of scary. To have to climb over a mountain of dead people just to fight somebody you don't even really know. So I mean, that's really kind of scary. And defenders, they are giving up this position. Okay, that's good. They're not going to hold here for much longer anyway. The Oathsworn is using the wall to flank around this unit of Evocati. He has a lot of chevron. I imagine, yeah, 189 against a lot of chosen swords and stuff. That's really, really good. So now they have 2 units of Astadi and depleted Eagle cohort here with a fireball. So they might be able to get some good work done there. And they still do have some ammo on these archers. They'll be able to pick off a good bit of Oathsworn before they get into combat. But are they going to be able to clean up the attackers over here? That's the question. If they can clean them up over here, then over in this flank, they can just surround the Oathsworn and just overrun them. But there is a unit of Evocati breaking, but there's heavy fire going to the back of that unit of sword followers, and that unit has restabilized. How much ammo? If these guys have enough ammo, I'd say they'll be able to kill off this unit of sword followers. Yeah, just absolutely just crushing them down to 76 already, and that's kind of a push through, I'd say. I mean, it's still a unit of 81 Evocati, but he did not go through all the way, so I don't think it's a little sketchy. I don't know, that's a little bit sketchy, but I think that, and honestly, push throughs a lot of times didn't work in your favor, because now this unit is stuck behind enemy lines, and I mean, they're just they'll probably just get cut down, honestly. They're dying very quick. Yeah, they are dying pretty quickly. And he's using his trap here. He's bringing these Hastati around and getting into the backs of these sword followers. So yeah, really, really nice job there. That was a really high-end play. And yes, it turns out you can send up your units on siege towers, and he's just capturing this tower, but really no need. I think at this point it's clear enough that the defenders will win this, but at what cost? Look at this absolute carnage. At what cost do they win? It's a little bit laggy once you get into there because there's all those dead bodies, but yeah, that is definitely something the Romans are asking themselves, at what cost. But yeah, definitely 2 Romans defending against 3 barbarians. I would say that's fairly balanced, but Rome's is so broken. Rome in any situation is unbalanced. There we go. But are they gonna do anything? I think I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit here until it kind of like continues a little bit. But I imagine the Oathsworn is gonna kind of play around because they don't want to charge into these fireballs, and then this player is just gonna flank around here, and we go on triples. Fast forward and just look at it from this perspective. I don't know. He's gonna send his men over against, like, at the defensive position. He's not gonna play offensive, which is fair enough. He played very offensive this game. For the most part, with his Cav and his Astadi flanking around. But it does look like he is going to have some Astadi going around the flank once more. So this Astadi were very versatile. They did clean up a unit of Oathsworn. They used their fireballs there, but it kind of missed. I still have 2 more. Oh, let's see here. Okay, and the battle's kind of continuing again. Oh wow, that was weird. But yeah, this Oathsworn, is that going to activate in time? No. They do have like I think it's like a 3-second trigger time, so they could roll through a unit right when they're activated, but it won't actually kill the unit. It won't kill anybody in it until the activation time is till it gets activated. But yeah, they have plenty to kill off this Oathsworn. So I think, honestly, if I was the attackers, I would just concede, because there's no way they're going to push through here. Well, I mean, 3 Oathsworn, that is something to be scared of. But if the defenders, do they have archers? And out of ammo. These Balearics, are they out of ammo as well? Yes, out of ammo, and Secret is out of ammo. Okay, so they are out of ammo everywhere, but I mean, infantry wise, I think honestly, oh no, they still do have a unit of Balearics with ammo. I would honestly give the edge of the infantry to the barbarians, because they have a lot of depleted, like 29, 41, 89. I mean, they still have 2 units of Astadi, which probably have full Javies, but yeah, 2 units of Oathsworn. It's nothing to just kind of look away from. That's a really nasty unit. I think he did throw some jazzy volleys, but he was in this sharp stone bed, and the sharp stones actually absorbed a lot of those jabbies. I can't see now, they disappeared. And you can see one here. There's just kind of a javelin floating in midair. So that's kind of a bit of a mistake, but nothing too severe. And now he's going to be able to get into these Gallic Hunters. So really, really good job with the bodyguard this game. He killed off a ton of the archers with his cav. He's going to, I mean, he only killed, so we only got that one charge that we saw against that one unit of cavalry. And he turned around those archers really quick and got a volley point blank into the general bodyguard, but they are broken now. And I think there's some Hastati that are going to be flanking around as well. This Oathsworn unit is starting to break, because they did actually have a unit of Syrians with ammo. These guys probably get 139, not as bad as I thought. 487. What? 487. I'm reading that correctly, right? That is insane, and they just ran out of ammo. That just shows how broken Black Slingers are. 378, 330. Yeah, I'd say he did pretty well with the skirmishers. And now we're just going to see the end of the Oathsworn here. We have the general left of the Nervii faction, and he's just going to be surrounded here. And I imagine army losses are going to come in to play here. Romans still have some archer ammo on this auxiliary Syrian archers. He's putting some shots down to these guys. Probably won't be killing a whole bunch of them because they kind of have a good shot, but nothing too good going for them. In the last couple of seconds here, we'll just admire the last stand of the Oathsworn. Surrounded by Romans, but not outmatched. Actually, yeah, they are probably outmatched. Just too much numbers at this point. And there they go, they are breaking. And wow, what a replay. So big thank you to Bartisan for sending in that replay. Well, Mr. Assassin, actually. But his Discord is Bartisan. Very good kills there. Wow, almost reaching 4,000 kills. I don't know if I've seen a battle on the channel that has over 4,000 kills. So, I mean, I think he holds the record for the closest to it. But we'll look here. He got 335 kills. I still don't know what he got with them. I think it might have been some light infantry, maybe archers, but they all seem to have their archers. I don't know exactly what it was. I think it's fair to say his skirmishers paid for himself there. I think in total they got 1,000 of the kills, which is ridiculous. And then elite infantry, 298, 276, 190, 384. Ridiculous amount of kills there. Really, wait, is that Eagle Cohort? No, Eagle Cohort got 298. Wait, no. Wait, he brought 3 units of Eagle Cohort. Wait a second, I'm getting really confused. I am seeing Eagle Cohort. Wait, okay, this is Eagle Cohort. Okay, yeah, good kills with Eagle Cohort, 298. I can normally never do that. But 149, 196 on Hastati, really good kills there. Mr. Bibble's army, he kind of was a little bit more of a meat shield, but he did a really phenomenal job. All of his archers getting over 100 kills, really nice. General, 111, 152, 190, 140, really good kills there. 170 on Legionary Cohort. Going over to the Barbarians, Quarter Milli got the most kills, so Arverni did. But Legacy did really good as Arverni, as Nervii. 190 and 202 on his Oathsworn, really nice. The archers just weren't able to do a whole lot. It's because they got out-skirmished really bad. And Fierce Sword's not really doing a whole lot either. But 100 and 112 on Celtic Warriors, that's pretty good. Flo, his artillery, 106, not terrible, but not great. He just wasn't able to really do much with his infantry because they kind of broke really easily. I think he probably should have went with at least 2 or 3 units of Oathsworn. Because that would have been a lot better to help break through, because the sword followers just weren't enough to cut it. And then going into Quarter Milli's army, his archers did a little bit better. Only 126 on Celtic Warrior, that's pretty good. But all of his chosen swords did alright, and one even getting 230 and then 205, so really nice kills there. Alright guys, so if you liked the battle, please make sure to leave a like and share with anybody you think would be interested. And please also consider subscribing for future content. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.